Just a minute. Okay, so here, so I use it to call one activity to make this reference. Okay, so before that I created one page list. Okay, and in the page list I have the region. So click on to region in this particular page. I make it as reference. Allow use reference property in activities. Okay, so from that I just go to
Uh,
the activity.
Santosh,
Yeah.
Santosh, scenario I didn't get actually what we are trying to do.
Okay, let me complete my explanation.
Like,
Then if you didn't get, then
okay, 100 customer. Okay, yeah, sure.
see what I'm selling. I have the customer, right? Customer.
Yeah,
Okay, first name. Okay,
yeah,
first name,
all the data, last name.
last name, and so he have the region data, region information. This is one page.
Yeah,
This is a page. Okay, and it's a page have the uh, like region. Okay, and
east,
state.
west.
Okay,
Yeah,
state
city. Yeah,
and city. Okay, and pin. So every page it have the common properties, right? So in there,
yes,
okay, it have the multiple pages, and every page it have the common properties for this. And this data
right.
which is already available in the region.
Yeah,
Okay, so instead of okay the making a copy, it have holding the data. So it have the number of pages are holding the data. It will be reduce the memory in the clipboard. Sorry, it will be increase the memory. It's not reduced.
yes,
Okay, it will be maintained. The memory will be increased when I have the data from here. Okay, because it already here I have
yes,
the data and here I have the same data. Is going to increase the memory in the clipboard. So instead of already have the data, so why don't we use this whatever existed data in here? So we just use to refer here automatically. This page will be hold the data at here from here. That is called reference. So referencing data from here to here. That's it. Okay.
okay, yeah, got it.
So instead of this is what instead of holding the data at its own data, so this is the page automatically refer to this page to hold the data. It's just to get the data. Okay, so that is what we are using reference. This is the page will be refer the data from the region. Instead of it's a have holding the data in all the pages, it's a referencing the data from the this region
From
page.
region.
That's it. It's a
Yeah,
very
yeah, got it.
simple concept only. So for that, we have to be enable that. Okay, so we have to enable that from here. Okay, we have to open that and we have to enable the checkbox. Okay, so from that already we have did right check reference. Okay, so there is one simple. Okay, we have to property reference. We have to give that the page and we have to give that the list where you want to map append. Okay, so now so go to the user interface section and so where I'll see. Okay, go to the customer information only, or else we'll create one flow. Stop this. So go to the process, create one flow. Okay, say property reference. So create and open. Add another assembly. Just make it. Okay. So getting disturbance with them. So from here, so this is a flow action. Um, so yes, whatever the date. Just reference one blue action. So open this and create and open. From here, the reference one, just to open the section, create and open the section. Here, just click on the dynamic layout, drag and drop. So here, I want hold the values, which is from where. So manually, I'm just adding here. So for that, I need to refer a property. I will take one text input. Okay, just go to this dynamic layout, go to the upper one, make it as double. So from here, copy this, paste it. So 3 times. So click on it, text input. So how can I refer the page properties? How can I refer the page properties? Page name dot region dot. Why it is not coming? Region page, right? So it's just a property only. Region page dot. So what is one? The region type. Okay, the region type. So now submit and go here. Then again dot region page dot city. Submit and again here dot region page dot state. Yes, submit. Okay, so I have this data just coming here, save it. So in the local action, I'm calling post processing. The activity is what? Reference. Okay, check out and checking the changes. So close this one and close this one and submit this action. Now coming to here. Okay, and check uh, reference. So click on to open this flow action. So create and open. So from here, just give this some meaningful name for that. So now create and open. So add the layout again. So instead of that, I want to display. Okay. So how can I display page list? How can I display page list?
Yeah,
How can I display the page list in the UI? Table.
repeating grid
Repeating grid
table.
table.
Okay.
Repeating grid deprecated in 7.3. So here just click on here. But as for the 7.2, we have to call as repeating layout. Okay. So here I'm just taking the region page, region cluster list right here. submit. So click on it here. Okay, keep it as no issue. Add item and delete item. Okay, don't change that. So from here the property region dot and just give the city, state, submit. This value is state. Fine. So expand these rows, sorry, columns. From here again region dot state we have selected city. We'll make it as a region type. Click on it, do that region type. This is make it as a first region type. And click on it here again region dot city. Okay. So now let me see what will happen. Save it. Just go here and save it. Just go here, submit and save this flow. Okay. So now click on that action, run it. So region type in the south city and state. Okay. So click on submit. Full action post browsing check and failed. Here I'll do one thing. Trace it. It's not valid. But using do it another property using let I will see. Click on to open. It's done. No, it's not copied. It's have the data, but coming at here. So what is the problem here? Just I need to check. Open your region. Did it check us? No. Then this region. This is fine. So this is what? Page list. Disable it. Okay, now. The thing is that is what? Version. The versions also maybe give the conflict kind of changes. So we have the another version? No. We'll do save as into the one. So we'll make it as no issue. Checking the changes. So just close this now. Let's come here. Click on submit. Click on to action, create another one. Just use it. It's not showing, right? How is it the values? It came here. Just find. So from here. So go to the clipboard, select the thread. Who is the thread? 131. Just close this one. 131. So what you see here the data. I mean the relation between those. See here this is the page. Click on to page. We have the data. But when you open this list, click on to here. Just see here. What is showing? Refer to where? The region which is showing the refer to what? Refer to dot region page. This instead of it's have the own copy. It is pointing to what? This page. This is what referring. Referring to what page? Region page. So got it? This property reference.
What is the use of this? Like, we can actually use data table, and initially it will not have space in the clipboard also. No, the data will be saved in the data table, and we
See,
can call from there.
if we have 1,000 pages in base list, you have the 1,000 pages. In every
Mm.
1,000 pages, you have the region. How many pages? We have 1,000 region pages, right? And
Yeah.
already we have the region page. That is also 1,000 pages we have.
Mm.
We have the 1,000 and
Page
1,000. How
map.
many we have? 2,000. So why do we have the 2,000? Instead of if you want reference, just use the reference to here. So all these are same values. These are same values, right? This is just like decrease the memory. How can we reduce the memory in the clipboard? By using the reference. Avoid duplicate. You have the multiple values, the multiple pages. Yes, the same data which is available. So if you want to reuse, then you can reuse it. But thing is that every region it have the customer ID or anything relation between those pages. So based on that, we are using to reference. But I'm directly giving the reference here.
Okay.
Okay. So we'll use it to call an activity based on the condition. Those who have the customer ID as one, and will the customer ID of region, we just will copy to space list. So based on that condition, whatever it, we'll use it to refer that. Okay, from here the region page to here. So generally, how the reference will be work. So that is what I showed you here. Okay, property reference. So got it all of you. So ultimately, if you open the clipboard, then it's showing that refer to this what page. This is the region which is holding the data which is referred to where this page.
Yeah, you're saying instead of this PY, yeah, region refer to PY work, PY work page, region page is there, right?
Yeah,
So instead of having the separate data there, it will go to PY work page and get the reference from there, is it?
yes, that's it only.
Okay.
It's same memory. It is using multiple places instead of creating the every
Okay.
time the pages. Okay, so that is the one. So that is what. See, if it is happen for a
But
single
okay,
customer,
but the property reference rule page name will be different, but it will not occupy any space, is it?
no, no. Is not occupy any page because the object
Okay.
class is
But we
same.
have to create the room.
Object class
Okay.
is same. See here, object class is same, but it have the different values or maybe same values. See, if you open it here, both are which are pointing to the same table, same class only, same object only. Both are the same object only. Then only it is possible to reference.
Okay. Different class, not possible.
Not different classes. There is nothing but the different objects. We
Hmm.
cannot hold those values. Okay. So this is what. This is what. So what is this is what property reference. Okay.
Okay.
Mm, so anything? Yeah. So I need to explain what add attachments. Let it be seen for the same thing for add attachments for your case. How could we do that? So open the case. See, generally whenever you create a work object, it asking to add, right? Add a new attachments. Whether from the device, whether the URL. Go from here and select the files, whatever you want to be add. Okay. So this is what we can add automatically. So it is manually, right? Manually or automatically. So manually that you are adding. But when into the case, how can we restrict the adding and how can we keep that validation for that? So let me see that here the same in this flow only that I will explain. So before that, how could we do that? So instead of it, just close this one. So if you open your case, event management, go to the settings, add attachments. So generally you see like add attachments. So here is one. So already one, just remove this. So if you want to create any category, just click on it and you can use it to create one category for that. Or the same thing, you can also create in your case or in your class. So let it be seen. It is under category of process. I think. Just click on it, create the attachment category. Okay. So click on this attachment category. So uh, like attach okay, test document. Okay. Just attach the okay any attachment to the case or create and open now. So in generally okay, so we'll take one example it here. So what the example that you see generally, suppose I have the case accident case. Okay, so it have the two child cases. One is what vehicle damage, one is what human damage. Okay, so for the vehicle damage we require all the documents for the vehicle or the vehicle okay, like damage reports documents. Okay, and all the required documents for this, and here all the hospital documents, bill documents, and okay, and the payment documents for that. Okay, and here if you have any police reports also we have to add attached to this case. Okay, so who will be add this attached documents? Who is the case worker or work parties? Okay, is working with this involving on this case. Okay, so from here we have to restrict the access once they add. Okay, so who has to review it, who has to delete these attachments whatever they added, who has to edit these documents. Okay, so that is what we will give that access in this case it here. So here we have to give the privilege. We'll give this access generally we'll give the privilege to what managers. Okay, give the privilege for create, edit, view. Okay, so we will give the privilege for what only create, we'll give the privilege for what edit and view, we'll give the privilege. Okay, delete. Okay, delete all. Okay, so this is what delete one in the sense whatever they added, delete any and It's just like in delete any whatever they added in all the documents in the particular phase, so then they are used to delete. Okay, so you can refer the privilege or you can give the when condition, so both. Okay, coming to availability, so what are the types of documents you're giving the giving that. Okay, so right now I'm not taking all, so I'm just taking what one file. Okay, single file for that, just to save it. I'm not taking any privileges for this. As of now I have. Fine. So what I will do, I will use the same flow whichever I created as previously from the flow.
Santosh, where from you saved that file?
The files will be saved into the it have so generally I have created the work
You
object.
checked
So
you
just let me
checked
explain.
that file, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
See here, once it is create the work object, work item. Okay, work item. Okay, so it will be stored into where this work object PC underscore work table. Okay, but this attachments are it will be stored into where PC underscore work attach. Okay, so it will be saved into this table. Okay, okay, so it won't be stored into the work table, it will be stored into the separate table. Okay, internally. So if you open this data dash, it is a data, right? Instance data, work attach. See here the work attach. So whatever format we have, file, note, scanner document, url. Okay, what is the ECM? Enterprise class content management system. It is like external folders, server folders. Okay, so we have to set. So how could you set this? Okay, so generally if you open your application definition. Okay, so go to that application document integration. Okay, it you see this one CMS, CIMS. So just like content management, so it's just like you have to give that external storage, external drive or external repository. Okay, so whatever it will be. Okay, it will be hold the data, so we have to set for that for application. So okay, that is what. Okay, so now, so this we have the types, and it will be create one id internally and store into the database. Okay, so this is what category. So now just close this now. So I have created one category. Just close the change. Okay, so from here. Okay, so this is also just close it and go to our session now. So what is that? uh, Test. Go to our class event management. Okay, so from here go to the process flow. Okay, from this flow, test flow we have done, right? Property reference flow. Okay, just I will use the same flow at here. So before that, I will do one thing. So just go to that user interface section. So what is it? Refer one. Click on to open now. Just do checkout. I will take one dynamic layout. Okay, so make it as double. So before that, I used to create one property. Okay, so when I enable that, and it will be show the button. So it's asking to. Okay, so we'll do some little scenario here. So for that, I used to create one property. Just to go to the data model and create one property. So I'll give that check attach document whether it is attached or not. Okay. Just okay, for testing purpose I'm taking this, creating this property and create an open here. And for this option, is it true false? Was it true false? Just like a boolean, and so it's just like true false. Boolean you have, don't have, right? Okay, true false. Just select it. Okay. So now save this, and here go to the basic, take one text input, okay, and go to basic and drag up one button. Take on to text input and check attach doc. Okay, and so click on to change instead of text input. I'll take it as a checkbox. Checkbox caption. Click on to submit. Okay, so this is a button. Click on it, and this is a button. Go to the action. So before that, give that attachments. Attach doc. Okay, document. So from here, visibility. When, so when it has to be visible, check attach doc, right? So not, so what is the difference between expression and when rule? The difference between expression and when rule. If you give the expression, you have to give the expression here, but the when rule we can multiple reuse. Whenever you want, you can reuse the same expression. The when rule you have to give that expression only. That expression you can use multiple times. Okay, you can use you can keep it in when rule and you can use whenever you want. The expression you can give the one time. So what that, check attach document. Okay, so what you will give, true. Okay, so click on this. So is there any action? Okay, while it's refreshing, so it will be update, right? So that is what we have to enable, this run visibility and client, and click on this. Okay, visibility. So now go to the present action, click on that action, add an event, click on it, click on that action. So we have the local action like okay, attach file. Okay, so just give us overlay for that. So click on submit. Fine, and checking those changes, submit. Fine. So now let me see, run this flow. Okay, so enable this, check document. So click on it. So it's asking what is the file you want to be added. Click on the browse. Okay, so click on it, and we are attach it and submit. Okay, so if you not add it, so is it showing any attachment documents here when you submit? It will be showing here, attach it, document it here. Okay, so same thing for the case only. This is for applicable for the case, but instead of that I'm showing the another flow. So thing is that, just go here, click on the action, run it. If you want to give any validation, the user need to be added document, enabled it, but click on submit. So moving to the next, it's not added any document. That if for that, if you want to call any validation, how could you do that? Okay, we have to write one validation part. So click onto the process, create, validate. So what we do here, validation check, attach doc. Okay, so create and open. So here, so where we are add this error message. So if we not add it, check attach document. Okay, so from that click on to add. Okay, so here just keep it as required, and we have the function attach. So attachment. So click on select it. What is the category here? What is the category? This is we have to give that.
Stock.
Okay, so just go here, just leave this. Is attached. It is not attached to the case. Then we have to display the error message. Please attach document. Okay, so this is what the error message that I want to display. Then click on the submit. So these validation rules are procedural declarative rules. We have to give that procedurally we have to call it. So from where we have to call this validation rule? Where I can
In the
call this?
UI.
From the flow action. Okay, from the flow action that I need to add. So click on this, open that flow action, open that flow action, check out, go to the action. So I need to call it post processing or pre processing. So what do you mean by the post processing and pre processing?
Post processing. Post processing.
Why it is go to the post
After
processing
submitting. After
after submitting?
submitting only we have
If I give
to
the pre
get the
processing, what
error.
will happen?
If you pre-processing before
See,
submission.
before loading the screen, pre-processing in the sense before loading the screen, before calling this flow action, before loading that section
Okay.
screen, calling that assignment. If you want to call any logic, that will keep it in the pre-processing. If you want to call the logic after submit the screen, after submit that assignment, then it will go to the post-processing. So we have the validation tab and check attach doc. So now just checking the changes from here and go here, close this. So cancel this, click on the action, run it. So now checkbox is checked. Click on the submit. Please attach doc. Right. So click on this attach doc. Select your document. So show the text. Okay. Now submit. So click on submit. So now it's allowed, and you can see whatever your added attachments. So this is what adding attached to your case or your work item, and how can we make validation for that for this. Okay, fine.
Santosh, if you have to have instead of that action button for the attachment, if we have to give some icon like attach a symbol, then what to do? We have any built-in function?
Give that icon, and from that icon on click, you can give the same
Like,
on click. What you
instead
have
of
done it on click of icon,
atta-
and you give that call the local action.
icon, how will we give that attach symbol? How will we refer? Attachment symbol, I meant.
On click icon. So why didn't you call that icon? So
Instead of attach document there, I want only the symbol, attachment symbol to be there.
okay, let me see. Take one icon, click on it, and from the standard icon, just take one image. Where's your icon class? Not icon class, we'll take the image, which is already available in our internal system.
Okay.
What we can take document. Let me see have any images we have or not.
You can give attach if might come. Attach.
Mm, where is there attached? So it's
Search
there,
by
right?
attach.
Okay.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, we'll leave that. Okay, we can leave this. Okay. So click on action. Click on this. Okay. Call the local action.
Okay, it will remain the same, like how we did for.
Same.
Okay.
Click on it. Attach file. So just here's overlay. Click on submit. Now save. So again we run this. Click on it. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So this is the first session today. Or